What's up guys, we're back with another video, and this time we're going to be talking about the Fractured Tenrai event in Halo Infinite, and how 343 can make it more enjoyable to play. And just a quick note, this doesn't only apply to Tenrai, it pretty much applies to any Fracture events that we're going to get in the future. So by now you're probably aware that the Tenrai event is back again for the 5th week, and surprise surprise, there's nothing new again. So instead of simply being negative, I decided to put together some ideas to actually make the Fracture events enjoyable. The first thing I want to talk about is not limiting how many of the challenges you can do for every Fracture event. I know it goes against the challenge system and it clashes with how players unlock the weekly reward. I won't go into too much details regarding the challenge system because I've already covered that in a previous video. But essentially what I'm saying is there needs to be a particular way to bypass the current challenge system. I think a good way to do it with the current system is to keep the Fracture challenges separate from the regular weekly ones. Now, I'm not a game designer and I don't know how much work 343 will need to do on the UI, but I think it would alleviate a lot of the issues people have with the way the events work. This way, if you're interested in the event, you can participate and play through them. You're not forced trying to unlock other challenges in order to progress. Alright, the next thing 343 can do is switch up the game modes for the event. I mean, promoting Fiesta for the 5th time as a special event just isn't gonna cut it anymore. It exists every single week in matchmaking, so what's so special about it? It's the same issue with the Tactical Ops event, but at least in the TAC Ops event, they had some variety with different game mode variants, like with sidekicks or commandos or manglers. You know, it was still somewhat fresh. For the Tenrai event, even if they go that same route and add some variants to Fiesta Slayer, it's gonna help keep the gameplay fresh. No joke, one of my favorite game modes from Halo 5 was Husky Raid. It was like Super Fiesta CTF on a bunch of narrow maps. You would have to push in with your teammates, the best power weapons, and try to steal the enemy's flag while defending your own. I'm not exaggerating when I say it was an absolute blast. But as fun as that is, ideally, 343 should be putting out a new game mode that doesn't already exist in matchmaking. For example, Attrition was a fantastic new addition to the game, and that's the type of game mode that can be brought in for special events like this. Even a game mode like Ricochet from Halo 4 would work. It's just loads of fun and plays very uniquely. And that's just it. Without unique game modes, everyone is essentially just playing the same thing they already play, but this time for some special cosmetic rewards. The third thing is that the Fracture events don't feel any different. The events would feel more different if there were some subtle or maybe not so subtle changes around the game. I mean, isn't that one of the biggest things live service games do? They could maybe play a different song in the main menu, maybe change the background of the main menu. It actually takes me back to when MCC had the whole Yap Yap the Destroyer theme. I don't know if you guys remember it. I think it was called the Yappening or something. It's nothing really groundbreaking, but there are subtle changes that breathe new life into the game. Another great idea would be to slightly alter the maps. These quote-unquote fractured events should give us a feeling that there's a fracture in the timeline or something. It should give us a feeling of being in a place where things are familiar, yet noticeably different. I saw a couple of Forge leak videos floating around with altered maps like Bazaar at nighttime. Just imagine how dope it would be playing a variant of Infection on a scary nighttime version of Bazaar. It would be such a fresh change. The next thing is to keep improving the quality of rewards we get from these events. I have to admit, we've seen some really solid improvement compared to how the event started the first time. Even the weekly rewards this week, it's pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind playing the challenges to get it. Though, the bar was set pretty low after getting the same nameplate recycled 3 times. Anyways, I want to keep seeing this trend over the course of all future Fractured events. Of course, the game needs to make money, so there can be some cool exclusive things in the store, but more important than that, there needs to be a solid foundation of earnable rewards so people are incentivized to play. And finally, we need to see more color customization on special armors that are available during these Fractured events. For Tenrai, I think the armor pieces are pretty decent. You can make some pretty interesting combinations, but the base coatings on the armors are so bland. Unless you've bought something from the store, the color options look really boring. Well, maybe except for the Pepsi coating. But yeah, in future events, I want to see more coatings that are earnable. Alright, so there we have it. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree, or if you think there's something else that would make the Fractured events more enjoyable. If you enjoyed the video, a like and a sub to the channel would help me out a ton. You know how it goes with the YouTube algorithm thingy-majiggy. Alright, that's it folks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe!
Subscribe to Kaptain Karizzma.